Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. This is Football Manager 2024, and we are at the start of a new season, almost. First game of the year about to be played. Kind of want to go and just wrap up what happened previously and then get to the live com. But I thought easiest way to do this is to start looking at the youth. Guess I'm gonna have to click on them all in turn, but goalkeeper, not amazing, not bad. Um, Probably backup quality. Doesn't look too bad. Looks okay. Dylan Fletcher, a very good striker prospect. Not amazing again. Um, Looks like he could be something. We don't know what. And George Roberts, pretty good, little inconsistent, but more of a target man striker, I feel. There, Oakley Powerplay, a good centre mid prospect, one of the best prospects in the entire class. And yeah, kind of a true golden generation, it looks like. There's so many 4.5, 4, and 5-star prospects that I just feel pretty good about it. Ben Reynolds at left back. Ricky Jones, not really a good one. We did sign everybody. Ashton Salt, solid, slow, inconsistent centre back. I don't know if he's going to make Alex Waller another good striker prospect. We did have 3 of those in the end. Alex Di Battista, best centre back prospect. Again, a little slow, but 5-star potential. Looks really, really good and really well rounded. Not sure why he's a right back with a left foot. Yeah, question mark. My favourite is Liam Owen, mainly because he did come on and score on his debut towards the end of the last season. And yeah, he does look pretty good. Joshua Evans, left winger, high potential, doesn't look like much. Not a position we do use. We can train him for left back or for striker. We're trying to figure out some of that. Right back, Kasper Kalowski. Um, Again, is okay, not great. Alex Kellman, pretty bad. Harvey Davis, a right winger that can play centre mid. We are training him to play centre mid, but yeah, might be worth selling him. A left winger who can play striker, but not very good. Right winger who can play striker, but isn't very good. So that's our class. A left midfielder and a right midfielder we don't really want. A centre back, a couple of centre mids who look good, and then a left back and a few strikers. Yeah, I don't think too bad at all. I don't think too bad at all. And then when we look at our actual transfer history, I know we were pretty much, yeah, Japa was the last man in on deadline day, Kwan and Japa with João Regoleton. But new goalkeeper from Barcelona, he was unhappy there. So Jean Garcia comes in, good young goalie with a bit of potential about him. A little bit of room to grow, but he's already easily our number 1 goalie. And so I figured that would be the right kind of move. He came on in the cup for Barca, didn't do anything. I think he was mainly unhappy because he wasn't playing. But he's young, he's good, he's consistent, he's a little step up. 8 million, I felt, with the money we'd made, that wasn't really too bad at all. Arden Jashari as well, not really playing at AC Milan. And so he comes in as another defensive-minded midfielder that can move the ball around. I knew that I had a lot of options in centre mid, but I think we lacked true quality in centre mid. Everyone was good, but not great. And same with goalkeeper. Same everywhere, realistically, to be fair. So we were trying to just get better in a number of positions, and defensive midfield was one of them. Jacob Greaves from Ipswich as well. Solid. Wasn't getting game time. Just, I figured for the money, we could probably do a lot worse. Can play left back, can cover centre back. Fairly cheap. And then a bunch of young kids. I scouted so many, and I talked to agents. I saw who wanted to join me, who didn't. I got scout reports on everybody, and we did find a few gems, to be honest with you. Like Philip Murphy, I think, could be a very good midfielder of the future. Gives us another body in midfield, including the guys that we brought in through the youth academy. We might have people there. We don't have a ton at right back, so Massimo Canelli, again, very solid all round. Picked him up for cheap. Newbie, an absolute monster at centre back in the making. He already looks really good, and he's got so much potential. And I think again we've got one good. We've got Di Baptista, one good guy from our youth academy. Pairing him with Alan Newby in a few years could be the centre back partnership of dreams. So we're getting those trained up as best we can. And that's going to bring us to Luke Griffiths, a left back. Similar, we didn't have a ton at left back, but one through the youth academy, one here, one youngster already at the club, and Timon and Blaze really in the first team. That's it. So I kind of had three going into this. Murphy becomes a pseudo number 4. The academy guy and this guy become 5 and 6. And that means no matter what happens, we sell one, we get an injury to one, we've still got plenty of cover and able to rotate, and an eye to the future as well. So I feel pretty good about those deals. Lewis Bate, I remember when he was like really highly thought of at Leeds, ends up at Stockport, doesn't really do much. 5.5 million. I don't think he's amazing, but again, he's young. He's potentially gonna grow a lot, and he's just good. Probably the similar kind of level that our team is right now, but with the potential to really outgrow them. So I think he will be good. And then one of my favourite players in the championship, Cameron Humphreys, just another left-footed player, but someone who, I'll always try and pick up if he's around 10 million. I know him and Hayden Hackney, two of my favourites. They're both normally 20 to 25 million, but Cameron doesn't play as much as Hayden, so his price usually ends up going down. Same as Jacob. They didn't really do much at Ipswich, and that does open it up. So a few little steals for these academy prospects from elsewhere. A couple of nice pickups, I think, in and around the first team, but young and British. And then from the continent, I think a very good midfielder, very good goalkeeper. That kind of sets us up to where we want to be. And then not much else out, I don't think. Yeah, the only thing out before the new season kind of kicked in with Jonathan Gonzalez. He does make way for Jashari. It's definitely an improvement in terms of quality. And again, 4.45 million, so 4.5 million extra to get a much better player in that role. And not only that, we got a backup defensive midfielder out. A former starter becomes a backup now, and Jashari becomes a starter. So it's a big improvement, not only to our starter, but our backup for good money. And Gonzalez was free. I think we have to pay maybe a portion of that out to... No, we don't have to pay a portion of that out to an intermediary because we had this bid in, and then I think this was from the agent. Yeah, this was the agent inviting offers, and there was a bid in from another club at just under 2 million. I don't really know. It's another Mexican club. I'm 100% sure of that. Um, but yeah, that wasn't the deal he chose. We don't have to pay intermediary, and then the deal comes in July to bring Donnelly in as striker number 3, number 4. Um, we'll see kind of how he plays throughout the season. And then it's just a ton of other bids coming in. As soon as the window opened, bids were coming in, and I was offering people out. People I knew weren't going to be there. People coming off loans that were that I ended the loans a day or so early and offered out and tried to get bits done as quickly as I could. Really, I couldn't get more money for Bianchi, but he does stay at Portsmouth. Um, yeah, I think we definitely sold low on him. Ronald, we definitely sold high on, 100%. But a good player for sure, probably worth that money. Ricardo Santos, there's no way he should have cost that much money, but he was unhappy. He wanted a new contract. I couldn't guarantee it to him, so decent fee out for him. Liam Smith out to Southampton. They kind of wanted him quite badly, to be fair, and I can see why. It's kind of the prospect that they do go after, but I don't think top end potential's there. I don't think he breaks into our first team. I don't think we retrain him to play a striker enough. Fulton on a little bit of a cheap deal. That's fine. Ben Lloyd, fans hated this one, but again, I just feel we're progressing past players like Ben Lloyd, and I don't think he develops into the monster people feel he might. Enusa, kind of cheaply, but so be it. Melka out for a big amount of money. But to be fair, he had a bit of a banner season for us. 10 goals from midfield as kind of a bench player, 8 assists. Towards the end of the season, he did light things up. Franco out to Fulham. I don't know why they signed him. Archie Stevens, a youngster as well, out to Southampton. Again, fits the prospects that they like. I don't see much in him. I was happy to sell, especially at that price, a little bit of money. And then Josh Key, Al-Ali came in, and I couldn't turn that down. He couldn't turn that down. Go get paid, Josh. Good for you, son. Um, but yeah, they were kind of interested in mid-May, late May, somewhere around that. No, maybe even April. I think games are still going on, so maybe late April, moving into May. Um, and they were just sitting there waiting and watching. And so I upset him. I tried to get as big a price as I could. I think at one point, him and his agent would have accepted 52 million as an acceptable amount of money to pay for Josh Key. But the bids never came in that high. The bids never came in. I tried to do extra sell-ons and this and that. Nothing was coming through for me. And so the biggest bid in the end, I just flat 40, got rid of him. And that gives us the ton of money. So, yeah, kind of made a decent amount of money over the last year and a half, 2 years. Things look good. If we do look at the championship, we kind of just went on a run after that Leicester game, as we fully expected to do. I'm not going to break down everything, but we rescued something right at the end here against Ipswich. So back and forth, that late penalty, and we just start blowing a couple of decent teams away, not really good teams. Right at the death again, though, against Charlton. We're always fighting, we're always battling. We get knocked out of the cup with the kids against Cambridge, of course. And then slowly stumbling our way through, getting some results, like I say, the Donnelly one we've already seen. And then that Southampton game, we should have won and we didn't. We leave it kind of late to get into the game against Derby. We managed to get up an early goal against Norwich from a corner, and then Brewster hits his double. Smash 6 past Coventry. And everything's working. The fullbacks are flying, the midfielders are chipping in, the strikers, including players off the bench, are chipping in. I felt really good about that one. Then against Hull, hat-trick for Potnik, and again, just absolute dominance. And I thought, okay, no, we're just going to fly. Not really. Kind of a tough game away to Bristol. Maybe complacency. I don't really know, but early lead. We score, they score. Right at the end from a corner, we kind of get a little bit of comfort, I would say. A little bit of comfortability. And then 2 late goals again against Watford. And that's kind of the story is, we're never up by more than a goal, really, in most of these games. And we're just coming in really late. Even here, we give up a late goal. There's a bit of pressure. On a counter-attack, Ashby scores 98th minute. Then we absolutely smash Millwall, come home, absolutely destroy West Brom. And yeah, just these little pockets of results that I wouldn't have expected. And then some tough matches in around them. And again, Wrexham, it takes a penalty on the hour from Ryan Brewster to manage to get that one over the line. But then comfortable against Middlesbrough. Did okay against Leicester, to be fair, there. And again, just this game against Ipswich didn't feel good, wasn't nice. But clear against Blackburn, solid, but they equalised. Then we get a penalty and Ryan Brewster puts it away. So, yeah, we do manage to get the title. 10 points clear from Norwich, but not as much as I thought it would be. It all really does boil down to the fact that they drew extra games. We both only lost 3. We scored an absolute ton. I think bringing in Pio Esposito and Barry from Everton was kind of genius. Ryan Brewster scored some goals too, and Vipotnik started scoring. So the fact that we were so dependent on Cullen and he got his big move to Everton, and then the 2 loan deals and Brewster, along with Vipotnik actually scoring, I think 21 over the course of the season. Cullen had 22, I believe, in January when he left. But Vipotnik did get up to 21. So, I don't know. I feel fairly good about it. I think that was all fine. I do want to know where we end up. I think like 6 or 7 each. So, Tiano Barry, 6 in 13. Only 4 starts, but 6 in 13. 2 player of the matches, 727. Pretty good loan deal for a big, bulky target man, 6'5", good in the air, good physicality. And then Francesco was 9 in 15, 10 starts, 3 player of the matches, 3 assists, 7.3. So really spread around all 4 strikers, but those 2 coming in was absolutely huge. And he is fairly cheap. Doesn't want to join, would come on loan. Well, that's a shame. That is a shame. Ryan Brewster, like I say, 11 million, 9 in 15. Again, very similar to player of the matches. He wanted to be penalty taker. He hit all 5 that he took for us. So, not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. In half a season, he kind of replicated what he did for us here. Wasn't doing bad at Derby either. Ends up with 17 on the season in the championship across 2 clubs. Playing 43 games, so almost a full season. So not bad for him at all. Not bad for him at all. And then when we look at Vipotnik, like I say, I believe it was 21. Yeah, 21 in 41 in the end. He was stuck on 9 for so long. He had a very good end to the season and kind of got us over the line. So goals just flying in from absolutely everywhere. New contracts for pretty much half of this squad, and then new players for half of this squad. But yeah, this is kind of our lineup. The way I see it playing out: Garcia, Parker, Cabango, Burgess, Timon, very solid. Josh Keough, young Sam Parker coming in, high potential, and Jean Garcia is our new goalkeeper. Jashari to screen in front of the in front of the defense. Galbraith out wide because Stamenic is actually out at the Olympics right now. So Ethan comes in. Lewis Bate into midfield. Cameron Humphreys down that left-hand side will make it work. Brewster and Vipotnik again up top. I'm hoping they're as effective in the Premier League as they were in the Championship. Walton steps onto the bench then as our cup goalie. We've got Donnelly and John Jules as our third and fourth strikers. Then in midfield, Tower drops as a backup. Joe Williams and João Rigo there as well off the bench when we need them. And our backup back four would be Devine and Blaze, either side of Rhys Williams and newcomer Jacob Greaves. So I feel pretty good about the depth, about the quality, about where we're at. We've got a ton of solid youth players now. Kwan and Yappa can come in and compete. Some of the youngsters, Di Battista and Owen from the youth academy, the purchases like Newbie are in there. Archie is still in there to make a little bit of a move. So we got some backups. Most of them will be going back out on loan. And then potentially our youth prospects and the people we've bought really are all this list until you get to Robson, who we picked up last season on a little freebie. And it's probably worth selling him because his value's decent. He's already 21. He's not really going to develop quickly enough to become a factor for us, especially when you're looking at how far behind he is. You know, Wapper a little bit, Kwan a little bit, and then even someone like Liam Owen, who's got so many more. He's got 5 years of development ahead of him to get to the same age, and he's almost the same player already. So, yeah, and Oakley as well. It's going to be a little tough. So maybe we sell him and we keep these two around to kind of come in and cover when we decide to sell someone, or we could sell them for profit. I think Wapper was 4. We're already making $1 million back on that one from the loan deal. Kwan was 1.3. And so, yeah, just selling one of those two would instantly pay for the both and make it worthwhile financially. Not that we really want to do that. But there you can see the 4.5 stars again. Pretty much youth academy players plus Rhys Evans we brought in. He can develop a little bit. Evan Watts, our backup goalkeeper. I will be trying to sell sooner rather than later. But we got far more potential, far more backup, far more cover throughout our entire squad. Is it enough for the Premier League? I don't know. That's going to be the big, big question. That is going to be the big question. Again, most people are going to say no. Most people are going to say no. They don't think that our key players are that impressive. We're rated higher than Norwich, and Leeds and Burnley are there. Burnley quite close with Hannibal as well. So I'd put us all in the mix. Burnley, Norwich, and ourselves as kind of the worst players fancied, and you can see why we are the bottom 3 in the eyes of the bookies. Ipswich tipped to survive. Okay, not really sure why. They had a good season. We've stolen two of the best youngsters already this year. Um, I think we've got a better team. I think we've got a much better squad. I think our star players are better. We've got to go out and prove it for the season. But I kind of feel we're okay. Because, like I say, Burnley, if they are going to struggle, that's great for us. Because, teams like Norwich, Ipswich, Leeds, um, they could also be down the bottom. So we could be 4 or 5 off. I'm kind of aiming for 12th place, kind of top half of the bottom half of the league. That's kind of where I want to be. So anywhere 12th to 14th, I would take. Got no idea how the season's actually gonna go. Tweak the tactics slightly. Fullbacks have gone to become wingbacks. Um, the goalkeeper is now on a defensive role, and we're distributing the fullbacks and playing wider because second half of the season we made those changes to exploit a little bit more space and actually get these guys to the byline a bit more, and it just pretty much dominated. So yeah, I think we're going to be sticking with that one. So for the match today, Reece Williams misses out. Like I say, Stamanic is out on Olympic duty with New Zealand. His deal in real life's getting done today or tomorrow. I think there's a medical being done on a permanent deal. So really happy to see him come in. But yeah, not super crazy here. The back four was all here last season. Big change in midfield. The two strikers finished out the season here. And again, on the bench, there ain't too much new, really, at all. But it should be enough. I'm praying it's enough. I think it might be enough. If it's not, then we're probably going to find out really quickly. Yeah, we're waiting on a club affiliate again. We didn't have the money to buy the stadium. Now we possibly do, so I've tried that again. So I'm going to try not to spend as much money. Facilities keep getting upgraded, and we're spending a lot of money on that. But again, I don't mind that. I'd love to upgrade the stadium as well, but that's not coming in. We still only have one team leader. Nobody has stepped up, which I really don't like. I really, really don't like that. We got a lot of highly influential, thankfully. We're kind of split up a little bit, but good. And as I say, we did a lot of new contracts. So everybody's pretty happy with where they're at. You can see roughly the people that haven't got new contracts. Stamanic, Brewster and Shari just come in. Garcia's just come in. So yeah, the satisfied people basically haven't got new deals. Cam, I think, has, so I'm not sure why he's only satisfied. But we did pay people. We did what we needed to do. I did try and bring in Nico Gonzalez on a loan deal. He had no hope. We had no hope, sorry. He had no intention of coming to see us at all. And I tried a Harvey Elliott, but again, I'm not paying $3 million a month for a loan deal, and we don't really have the money. We kind of do, almost, to flat out go and buy him, but we don't really. We don't really, and I think it's probably worth bringing our budget back down a bit closer to where we are. There we go, maybe more like that. So, yeah, we might have enough for a Harvey Elliott, but I'm not blowing everything that we have on him. I think that would be absolutely crazy. We got mentoring going on. Take Tashari out of it. That all looks good. We're trying to get everybody to be more like Ben Cabango, our captain. I think that's going to work out pretty well, hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. It seemed like the thing to do. So, yeah, this is kind of what we look like this season. Then we got a home tie against Plymouth in the Cup. Before that, we start at Leeds, Brentford away, and then Burnley at home. West Ham away, Ipswich at home. Not a bad opening 5 games. I think we can get some points on the board. Spurs away, Everton at home, United away. That can be tricky. Then we get another little trio here where we could probably pick up some points, hopefully. Chelsea away, Villa at home, Newcastle away, Norwich away, big 6-pointer, and it's in the middle then of what becomes a really bad run. Arsenal at home, Liverpool away, Everton away, Man City at home. Even Brighton away could be very, very tricky. We end the season very similarly as well. Norwich leading to Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. 2 of those away from home. So, again, we can get off to a decent start. We might be okay. We're going to face bad fixtures along the way. We're going to really struggle. And towards the end of the season, we might not be able to survive if we're not really, really careful. So, yeah. Bournemouth, I think 6-5. I want to quickly check that, but I think 6-5, yeah, in their first game of the season over Brentford. And like 2 early goals for Evan Nielsen, then Alcacer and Visa, then Traore, Kluivert, Shimikas, Shahid, Shimikas, Damsgaard, Kane Potter right before the end of the match. A little nervy one, but I don't know what was going on with the defenses and the goalkeepers. Nobody was wanting to play at the back. Everybody was going forward. Everybody was shooting. That must have been such a nuts game to watch. But I think we open up with a winnable one. With a home game, we are already on cautious. Debut for John Garcia. It's going to be a first-team debut for Youth Academy prospect Sam Parker at right back. And we got debuts in midfield, Jashari, Bate, and Humphreys. So a lot of people making their first starts. But I think, like I say, we could get something done here. So let's see how it goes. A solid team from Leeds. I do think we're slightly better. I worry about their strike force. And if their goalie's on, with the defense they've got, they could just shut us down. So, yeah, yeah. It's a little scary in places. Off the bench, Joel Perreault could be an absolute nightmare against his old club. I don't think we've got any of their old players at all, apart from Lewis Bate, who starts. He's probably not going to be as much of a goal threat as Perreault might being. So, let's get off to a good start. Let's start the season with a smile on our face and 3 points in the bank. This is our lineup. This is our team. More attack-minded, more out wide, and shutting down the counter out wide as well will be key. As I say, they're solid defensively, but they've got enough up top to undo anybody on the off chance. We've got to be switched on. We can't make a mistake at the back. And our midfield is new. That could prove a little interesting there, a little cheeky. Encourage, get everyone's morale up. They have the first shot. And you know what? I'm going to go to positive. I'm going to try and go on the front foot against them here because I don't like the fact that they got at us quickly. And the fact that Ethan Ampadu, son of Kwame Ampadu, got booked early. and René Lodi at left back too. So 2 defenders on bookings. They're going to come forward. Ben Cabango off the line. Don't know why the goalie was coming out that far for it. Garcia not really doing what he wanted. But yeah, the two sorry, not the two fullbacks, but two defenders for Leeds booked early is actually really good. And Garcia stops what looked like a great opportunity there for Jack Harrison at the far post. Statch. It is cleared. Bate is going to go shut down Navarro here, maybe. We do need to keep pressure on them. We do need to start making them work harder. Going to try and fire up the team. So far, it's been all Leeds. I don't love that. Calvin Lewin coming deep. Jack Harrison out wide. He's going to cut it back. He's going to cut it at the far post. Parker with a nice clearance, but it falls to a Brazilian. Lodi's Brazilian, I believe. You never want to see a Brazilian in that spot, even if it's a centre-back or a full-back. He can hit them. He can hit them. But yeah, that is unacceptable. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell them. Unacceptable. Going to go shout at the boys. Galbraith, Vipotnik. And we lose the ball there. Look. We haven't really had an attack. We haven't really been able to get into the game at all. Lewis Bate, Vipotnik, and Ryan Brewster with a decent chance. But yeah, we're very much on the back foot here. We don't look right. We don't look like we're enjoying this. We look outmatched and outclassed, and I don't think we are. I think we just need somebody to go and do something. Josh Tymond on the left. When our fullbacks fly, opponents cry, Lewis Bate! Oh, Luke Perry, you son of a gun. Against his old club, Bate should have scored and given us the lead. Humphreys, Cabango, Burgess is there. Ryan Brewster! Oh, I thought that might be a penalty there. I was kind of hoping more than anything, but yeah, no, they get the counter, and this could be dangerous. Calvert-Lewin doesn't get there, but it's a bad back pass. Parker cleans up. Great covering work from Sam Parker. The youngster gets the job done there. Cameron is absolutely shattered. That's fine. Brewster off for Donnelly. Will give him his shout. Lewis Bate doesn't look good. Sam Parker hasn't looked amazing. We'll get him off. We'll get him. Yeah, we'll get him off. How many more subs can I do? Just one more. I think we wait on the last sub. We wait on the last sub. But oh my God, we've come alive towards the end of this. Brewster from deep. From deep. Yeah, I think they're not really letting us run at them very much. There you go, Divine, fresh legs towards the back. And that does now free him up a little bit. They are doubling up out wide. But oh my God, Donnelly. Vipotnik can't get there. João Rigaud with the first Premier League goal is from a counter. Divine cleans up. It works inside. Back out to him. He just puts it for Brewster. Sorry, not Brewster. Brewster's not there. Ampadu with a last-ditch tackle on a yellow card. That would have been dangerous. But João Rego, the 15 million man from January, slots it home and gives Swansea the lead in a match that they haven't been in until the death. Jashari towards Donnelly. João Rego again. He's going to find a ball in of a Potnik and Perry again. That's two absolutely phenomenal saves he's made in this game. João Rego's corner. What can he do? Puts it up towards Cam Burgess. Ethan Galbraith, and it's a block off Strudic. It's another corner. It's another corner. And Josh Hyman and Galbraith both look tired. I'm going to move Galbraith inside. And Brais Martinez is coming on at left back because we need fresh legs and we need to keep attacking down the flanks. It's how we play. Tired legs there are going to be more dangerous than tired legs in the centre of midfield with fresh legs right next to them. Deshari's corner. Can he find somebody here? Cabango can't get there. Leeds could counter, but they don't. We're set up quite well. XG and everything, they've definitely gone for it. Perot is on the pitch. Can they get anything out of this, or will we see this out? It looks like we're going to get to the end of it. A sneaky little 1-0 win. A very uncomfortable 1-0 win. Donnelly and Rego off the bench. One with the assist, one with the finish. Good work from Devine down at right back as well after we made that change. So 3 subs, insanely in tune and involved in that goal. But yeah, Leeds, it was such a back and forth game, such a tough, tight game. But in the end, once we got into the game, we got into the game. They didn't really have too much that really threatened us. One really good chance, a bit of late pressure, but we had 2 or 3 good chances. One we really just didn't take. Brewster was shooting a bit too far out and kind of wasting it a little bit. But again, Perry, I think, made a very good close quarter save. And before that, a stretching save up to the top corner. 2 phenomenal saves to keep Leeds in it. It wasn't enough. Ooh, we just about open up with the win. So, yeah, it's good to get a result while not playing well. That's the right kind of thing to say there, I think. 100%. That's going to take us up into the European spots nice and early. Ipswich, Norwich, Tottenham, Wolves still to play. But it's a great start for us. It's a great start for us. Liverpool beat Newcastle. United beat Burnley. West Ham fall to Everton. Arsenal beat Palace on the road. Brighton share the spoils at Chelsea. And Erling Haaland takes 3 points for Man City away to Villa. Good game. Nervy as all hell. I think we're definitely worthy winners. Just a bit of a bad start, but yeah, they were far more physical than I thought they'd be. Not ill-disciplined, though. Like, 2 early bookings on defenders, and it never came through, and then they got a 3rd booking with another defender right at the end. But, yeah. Half a shot for a penalty from us as well, maybe. But I feel we earned that. A bunch of debuts. Things going okay. And Rego with the goal, as I say, absolutely phenomenal. I don't want to double check here. Oh, they got Morgan Gibbs-White. Barrow's up top. Cullen is coming on as a sub. He did score 3 Premier League goals. He's down to a regular starter, and he is concerned. He is concerned that he's not even getting regular games. They spent big money on him. They're not really playing him. We've seen it time and time again with FM, but I was hoping maybe this would be different. The Olympics. So that was the final. So that's the third place playoff. Okay. But Stamenic should be coming back to us. In that case, 90,000 season tickets is pretty good for a 21,000 seater stadium. Norwich beat Wolves. So they're kind of high up the table too. We'll see kind of how that works out. But I do fully believe that ourselves and Wolves, Norwich, and Leeds are going to be down the bottom with Burnley and Ipswich as well. That's just kind of what you see happening, or what you imagine would happen. So, a couple of 6-pointers, nice and early. Really, we get one win. Norwich get one win. I wouldn't mind them staying up. I got to be honest, they've come up with us. I don't mind if they stay up as well. But I think we're both going to fall back to reality very quickly. Ipswich with a good performance, but Spurs do beat them. So we'll kind of see how that all plays out. But that's the first match. Brentford away is up next. We've got a bunch of other stuff to come. But all in all, like I say, I think we're doing okay. We look okay. Still a little shaky. One time, Garcia came for something that he definitely shouldn't have. I'll put you up to important because you might become a team leader. 100% you might become a team leader. But yeah, little bits here and there to fix up. But we got a good team. We got a good set of players in general. I'd probably say this is what I'd select week in, week out in general. Garcia, Parker, Cabango, Burgess, Timon. Jashari with Stamenic, Bate, and Humphreys in front. Brewster and Zapotnik up top. And then the second 11 being like this. Walton, back forward Devine, and Martinez either side of Williams and Greaves. Tower protecting Galbraith, Williams, and Rego in midfield. Donnelly and John Jules up top. I don't think that's a bad second 11. I really don't. It doesn't look like a promoted side. It looks like a team that's used to battling to stay just above relegation. And like I say, that is where we want to be. That's our aim. And everything's kind of going for that at this point. Most expensive man in our squad is Jashari. But Rego's not far behind. And he could be playing himself into the team with performances like that. Humphreys, very, very much worth more than we bought him for. Vipotnik on his new deal, big money already there. Stamenic has fallen down the order a lot. Garcia's right there. Timon, Burgess, Galbraith, Brewster. Potential sales. Money to replacement levels, to ages, I think works out. And then to get youngsters in by the end of the season, maybe Tower, Walton, also sold. Maybe Devine, because we've got another right back. I mean, we've got Ashby to back up Parker, so we could get that money. John Jules to bring in a proper striker. And then Williams might be another one we could get rid of. See, I think if anyone's being sold, I think if we get bids in, Tymon's tough because we got to run with Braze and then just have a youngster underneath him. But I might be prepared to do that. So Tymon, Burgess, Galbraith, Brewster, Tower, Walton, Devine, John Jules, and Joe Williams. Yeah. I think I could make a case for those being sold at some point, which frees up a young striker position, which frees up young defensive cover and midfield cover. Also frees up the left back position for Braze, who will be okay in it, and a starting striker. If we can get someone of real quality to give us 20 Premier League goals a season, we can start looking at mid-table and then up to Europe rather than a relegation battle and trying to avoid getting sucked into a dogfight. It's kind of how I see it. So let me know how you see it in the comment section down below. That is where we're going to leave it. Off to a great start. Premier League adventure. Big money spent. Lots of players in. Lots of players out. But the journey continues. Not done by any means at all. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Helps the channel immensely. And I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Stay safe. All the very best to each and every one of you. And all the very best to us. We've got a long, hard season ahead. Home against someone I think is going to be fighting on the bottom. Barely get out of it with a win in a very tough match. We got a lot tougher to come.